So One Piece games have been around Roblox for a while, but they've always been one of the laziest types of games on Roblox. They're pretty much on the level of all the simulators you see around. And gameplay wise, they're pretty much a fighting game where you don't really get to fight until you complete a mini simulator game. What I mean by that is usually a One Piece game will come out with pretty basic low skill combat, but to be able to beat anyone, you'd have to get max stats first if you don't want to get one shot by everyone that's OP. And the way you get stats in these games is pretty much just by playing a mini simulator game where you usually just end up clicking a lot. But they're all based on quests, so you can't even really use an auto clicker on it. And I use the term quest lightly since most of these games only have around 6 to 7 quests for about 1,000 levels. So you'd have to end up repeating the same quest, sometimes over 50 times before getting to a high enough level to move on to the next. The main reason anyone plays these games are just because they're fans of the show. But I don't even know what I find in these games. Sometimes you gotta wait an hour to 2 hours just to get a shitty ass fruit. I've personally spent way too much time on these games than I should have, especially since most of these games die around a few months after they originally release. These games would release and then get a huge spike in popularity and then completely stop updating as they just watch their fan base die slowly. And these Discord servers for these games are an absolute shit show. Mods in there get angry when people even ask for updates. And some developers quit updating and quit developing the game completely just due to people asking for updates. One Piece Discord mods are like the stereotypical Discord mods, but just on steroids. Like, post in the wrong channel, you're banned. Say a joke about the game being bad, you're banned. Post hentai, not banned. Stream hentai, you're banned, but then you're restored when you write a fake apology. One Piece games try to advertise their fruits and fighting styles to pull people in, but 9 out of 10 times, there's really only two really good fruits that'll just dominate everyone who doesn't have them. And the same goes with fighting styles. But none of those two even matter because usually there's going to be a Mihawk sword game pass, and that's usually the best way to fight. And that's usually the most OP thing in the game anyway. Game passes are a huge issue with these games. Not even because they're broken, besides like Mihawk Sword, but just because they're crazy expensive. Like the Mihawk Sword one, which is broken and you can like pretty much beat anyone in a 1v1 just by buying these things. Those usually cost $20. I talked about this in my Bizarre Day video, but these games are also a victim to being copied endlessly. And even when the copies don't straight up steal parts from the other games, they still feel like copies due to how similar the One Piece games are. Anyways, there are some of these games that are unique, but I wouldn't say there's any One Piece games that I would actually call good. But there is one that's currently in development that has a lot of hype around it. That's Grand Peace Online. Grand Peace Online looks to be the best One Piece game coming out, even though it still has a lot of the flaws that all the other One Piece games share. People have been saying it's going to release late September, but honestly, I haven't seen the devs say anything like that, so I don't really believe it. But that's about it for One Piece games. We recently hit 1 subscriber, so I'm kind of hyped.